They are lying. He has had an operation. He is dead. He is dead. I declare him dead. If he is alive, the day he comes, he tell him to get a gun himself and he shoots me. Himself, not anybody. He is the one to shoot me because I killed him before he died.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening. Coming live from the vicinity, and of course a very nice welcome from the home of one and only Worrior. We've been hearing the name Worrior. Today I have the pleasure to meet up with him and be with him and share. We're going to chat. We're going to have a better understanding about a few other things that I personally may not know, you personally may not know. And so I'm welcoming you, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm welcoming the one and only Honorable. We know you as, well, to some of us, you will still keep being the Honorable because you stand up as a voice.
Stand up for your rights.
You stand up for your rights and all that.
For our rights.
So I thank you for blessing me with this encounter. May you say hello to our viewers out there.
Good evening, viewers. Pleased to have a team coming to my house, to our house actually. I can see others are still outside, but I have an upload for the team that has come to check on me. It's a pleasure you coming to me for an interview. I've taken long ever since we ended the political arena to receive men and women like you people coming to check on me. We shall have a lot to discuss.
And I will learn a lot. Not only me, but those around us.
I can learn from you. I can learn from everyone.
You've been
every day is learning.
You've stood out in most of the cases because I've been hearing quite a number of times people talking about Kati, Rodgers, the Worrior. People chant out there, people power, and I'm seeing the beret. I'm seeing you dressed up in, I think this is the cultural wear and Atya.
Yeah, every weekend I have to be.
What's the occasion? What's the occasion?
Just home.
Relax. This is how you always...
Bunyoro. Ndi Bunyoro.
But Ramkiza
Abanyoro banga mota tuokya kikyarali aboki mubayi wachali banze nkutandikisiza okali zona okali hangiriza kutamba kabumba kabaliga liga it's supposed to be 3 times.
Okay.
Abentayikireho muranganyira abwakai.
Amina. Ati, as we continue with our program today, we're going to drive straight in to the... We're going to drive in straight to what has brought us. We're not going to delay. We're not going to take a lot of time. And I just want to start with a quotation. I want to quote Thomas Sankara. Do you know who Thomas Sankara is?
Yeah, I do.
How has he impacted your life? I quote.
Thomas Sankara is a worldwide material of president. He challenged whites. He's a warrior like me. He challenged whites and convinced them to accept that the name Upper Volta is not a name in Africa. Upper Volta is an English word. Right. In Africa, we have got a place called Burkina Faso.
I'll come to that.
Yes.
I'll come to that. I wanted to quote Thomas Sankara.
Go ahead.
And as we go in depth with this interview that we've been blessed with, I'll quote Thomas Sankara, and he said, "Imperialism is a system of exploitation that occurs not only in the brutal form of those who come with guns to conquer territory. Imperialism often occurs in more subtle forms: loan, food aid, blackmail. We are fighting the system that allows a handful of men on earth to rule all of humanity." Here is my question to you.
Go ahead.
Would you suggest Uganda operates under the imperialism system?
True.
Enlighten us more in this.
Imperialism, in its formation, they came through missions. They came through killing our kings, the kingdoms, right. Destroying the art of leadership for the Africans.
Right.
Their reason was, if you know a thief will plan a lot to make sure that all what the riches you have come to his side.
Okay.
So these were thieves. They called Africa a dark continent. They didn't mean that dark colored people. They meant the brain is still dark. Make sure you siphon everything from that country, from that Africans. Those Africans should lose before they get enlightened.
Was this why they came in the forms of food aid? They came in the forms of giving loans. They came in the forms of blackmailing. And is this
blackmailing is the best because it contains guns. Food in Africa, we have food in excess. There are some leaves we can just harvest, and people say that's not food, but we end up eating them. And we go, our immunity system is too high. We can resist every condition of this world. So, what you said, imperialism.
Right.
They killed our kingdoms, which was the center of administration for Africans, and they created fault lines, which they call borders or boundaries of the country, which are managed by UN, United Nations. And all these countries still are members of the United Nations. Created a president to represent a king. You know, when a king could talk, nobody could talk.
So you mean right now the kings have no voice? They have no say?
Where is the voice? Mr. Museveni will just come and brag, not even talk. Brag in a kingdom. In ancient times, that was not there. He's supposed to be a native of the indigenous. To discuss, to advise. Actually, he was a judge. He was a top administrator. He was even a curative.
Right.
When you just reach the king, whatever the problem you had is finished. But now when you meet our Mr. President, Mr. President promises lies to this country. When he's speaking on cameras, on televisions, you feel like he is defending citizens. Like the kings used to do. That's the psychology.
He does not defend the
He does not. He
saying?
speaks like he's defending citizens. Whereas he's just offending citizens. Wait, you said giving money,
Okay, yeah.
giving food aid.
Loans and food aid.
How much are the loans Uganda has that have got to be paid by the citizens and their resources? What is the purpose of it, Mr. President? Mr. President is a contract awarded by the people.
Okay.
They give you a contract to head affairs of that country. So it's a bill of quantities advertised. A free job. We need an administrator to administer resources of the country: water, forests, land, even the debts, even medical, education. All those ministries are supposed to be administered by Mr. President.
So what do you think? What do you think about? Enlighten us a bit.
Let me first give the citizens what the food is
Right.
supposed to be like.
Okay.
In a soft composition, it's a contract that runs for 5 years.
Okay.
The citizens, when the electoral commission advertises that contract, the citizens award this contract to one person whose bill of quantities, which is the constitution. Just like you want to stand, Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu, what is your bill of quantities for the citizens? Mr. President Mugisha Muntu, what is your bill of quantities? That's your constitution. Mr. Museveni, Mr. Norbert Mao. Then we have got the rest of the kind. Actually, Katumba Oye. All of them have got a constitution, which is the bill of quantities, to prove to the citizens that if you gave me this top job, I will plan the country in this way, in this manner. The job will come like this: medical, health, education, agriculture, water, forestry, land, even forces, security. That's what you represent.
But then I understand that the Ugandan security is much more powerful and stronger than expected, because we've heard of troops being taken to other countries.
What did you talk about
support
when you were starting that question from
imperialism.
imperialism?
Yes.
Imperialists wanted a soldier who will help them. They will train his they ordain you
Right.
to be their representative for the few citizens. When they cite that you are a true fighter, you can give them the economy at free will. As long as you just get guns and soldiers are paid. You can steal that country, Congo, you can steal Rwanda, you can steal Sudan, you can steal Central African Republic and put it in our hands. Imperialism. You talked only about money, but this time, even the gun. The appearance of a gun shows me an imperialist is here.
Understood.
So, Mr. Museveni, Mr. President, is running us.
But then, just a quick one.
Go ahead.
I've read in the papers, I think it was the Daily Monitor, and they had their headline saying each and every Ugandan has got a 1.5 million debt to pay.
That was less. That was less.
But where does it come from? If at all the imperialists are giving the loans,
They call it the debt trap diplomacy.
Oh, okay,
Mr. Museveni will borrow money for COVID, for example.
right.
His mafias around him, including whites, the imperialists themselves, they claim we are going to bring the vaccine. Put this money on this account. Put this money on this account. Finally, the vaccine is not there. You borrowed the money at the expense of your contract for the citizens.
Okay.
So, whatever money they are saying we are supposed to pay, you have how much?
1.5.
That is less. It is approximately 4.5.
Really?
If we add these other 3 trillions they're giving to us, it's like 5
Wow.
per citizen.
So every citizen has got to pay 5
You
million.
have to pay it through taxes. And remember, the taxes you pay are supposed to have your welfare, like roads and hospitals, fixed to order.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know we would go in depth.
We
regards
can even
to-
talk until tomorrow.
in
Just
regards
ask
to
a few
that
questions.
specific
We
thing.
talk to the citizens
Yeah,
of this country.
Like I said, I love quoting Thomas Sankara.
He's
And
your
this one
icon.
is
He's
and
your icon.
he is my icon because there are
ahead.
certain things I look at and I'm like, okay,
Why is Kabarega the Great not your icon?
that will be for next time.
Okay.
I'm going to quote again Thomas Sankara.
Yes, please.
The great King Kabalega is coming into this. That's
Uh-huh.
why I say
Okay.
coming in,
Okay.
or in the next few questions that we'll be enlightening upon. I'm going to quote Thomas Sankara again, and this is in regards to why you're called the madman of Tibanyire, Bunyoro, or of Uganda, I don't know. Because
Okay.
you might be the one holding that title at the moment. I'll quote Thomas Sankara. He said, "You cannot carry out fundamental change without a certain amount of madness. In this case, it comes from non-conformity. The courage to turn your back on the old formulas, the courage to invent the future. It took the madmen of yesterday for us to be able to act with extreme clarity today. I want to be one of those madmen," Thomas Sankara said.
Yes.
"We must dare to invent the future." Now here is the question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you, Country Rodgers, regard yourself to have a certain amount of madness because you do not conform to the decisions made by a handful of men controlling the system? And if yes, express your dissatisfaction.
One thing is we are all mad. But the level of madness differs.
Okay.
Some have got the highest atrocity of madness. Those ones you see in town.
So yours
They are
is
not
on the
mad.
head.
They are not mad.
Okay.
They have a reason that is not answered. You can look at how we call them mad people. Those clever mad. Okay, I call them clever people. You call them mad.
Right.
They put clothes on torn clothes,
Right.
like torn, let's say rags. But today, complete thinking citizens of this country, of this world, are putting on torn clothes and they call them damage. So
It's
the
fashion.
other,
It's
it
called
means
fashion.
It means the other people saw the fashion before,
Right.
so they are ahead of us. And you call them mad. So let's move, others will follow. It's true, I love to be mad. But my madness is redeemable. I switch it when I want something to be done. And when something is done, I switch it off.
Okay.
Yeah. We are all mad. What makes me mad is what is supposed to be for the occasion? What is supposed to be for the citizens? What is supposed to be for mankind is disappearing in the hands of those who call themselves VIPs. A VIP will steal, a VIP, a very thief, VTP, very thief person, I think, will steal billions of money, and they say it was corruption. Why don't you use the word thief? It was a thief.
Okay.
That's what makes me mad. Actually, I had to go mad to change my life. There is a reason in madness. What reason? When something is going wrong and you just watch it, then that is cold madness. Cold. You just want that thing to just exist over you. But hot madness, don't bring it to me.
There's something you hinted about the madmen that we see out there who are dressed in torn clothes and they're out there.
Damaged clothes.
Damaged clothes.
Yes, yes.
And you cited having seen something we haven't seen. Now, if they started dressing up the way they dress, now we are also as well dressing up.
Dressing up the same way.
Do you want to say you're inventing the future because you're a madman?
My madness is different. I'm mad to those who want to make the country dirty. Kabalega the Great went mad and defeated. What you call madness is aggression.
Okay.
When you go aggressive, people abuse you a lot of things. You are a drunkard, you smoke opium, yeah, that guy has no manners, but you have a reason. Today, you have been saying can't you smoke opium, and they are telling you opium is curing coronavirus. Who saw it first?
The madman.
The madman saw it first.
Right.
Do you see madmen sick? Do you find them in hospital looking for medicine? They have seen the medicine already. Now, a common thinking man wants to abuse you mad because your reason is better than his thinking. Kabalega went mad and defeated whites for 9 years. It's on record. Even Mr. President Museveni, he went mad.